need another yarn wig tutorial? Maybe not, but I always found that the wigs I see look like they have a texture that I don't like. So I was trying to keep the natural yarn flavour, texture, and not brush it out. So make sure you cover it with Saran Wrap and put a stretchy fabric over it to make the wig cap. Alternatively, you can probably buy a wig cap, but especially with 1/8 scale, you're unlikely to get one that fits, so you have to DIY. Tips for this essentially. I'm not that good at it so far, but I'd say probably try a thinner material than this. One that I've recently gotten into is just using, no, not crinoline, the stuff you make petticoats out of. Cannot remember, but I'm seeing how that works. You'll see the results eventually, and I'll keep you updated and ensure that it is kept taut. One way I tried this time was using tape. It was like it worked a bit, but I'd say just keep it way too large and then use a hairband or a rubber band to keep it away. And then you just trim it little by little and try to not ruin it, which I always get a bit too short. When you've got your wig cap, use the same glue. So I use Mod Podge, and essentially it just needs to be water resistant because I'm going to boil wash this so that the hair isn't just a big old poof. I'd recommend laying out your lines for the layering, and one of the biggest tips for these smaller wigs, 1/8 in this case, is you need way less hair. You think you need this much hair? Nope, you need way less. Like, it's pretty hard, like, because at the bottom you kind of want to see it getting thicker and thicker, but then inevitably it's going to actually end up too thick when you get to the top of the head. So be conservative, put on less than you think, and you can always add layers if it wasn't enough. Like, it's completely counterintuitive, but that's just how it is. I also worked out that to help it glue it down, put glue on top after, like, as a second saving layer. It's very helpful to make or have a little stand. I just use some scrap foam, just so you can put it face down or face up depending on, which area you're on. And yeah, I think I'll just cycle through. You'll get to see it layer by layer, slowly building up, and then we can come to the top of the head where I finally made a mistake and got a teaching point there. managed to do this worse than the first wig I ever made at the top, because I'm gluing down, which is fine. You can do that to secure the top weft, but there's always going to be like a little glue shell at the top, so that's not going to work. In the end, I just made the mistake and then just sewed it in. Now the sewing by itself would have been fine because it would have puffed up, but because it was glued down, then you can see it, so not the best. I'd recommend just sewing it, or as I did with my first 2 tutorials, I made a weft, like it could be long, I've done a spiral one, and then just glue the bottom of the spiral, like that would have worked. Don't do what I'm doing, I'm an idiot, which is usually how it goes. When it's all dry, we can have a bit of a jump. Basically, put it on the head because you want it to conform onto the head, and then boil wash it. You need to check whether the yarn can be boil washed. If not, oh well, live with the fluffiness and give it a bit of a trim. So I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe it'll be informative, maybe not. It ended up looking pretty nice, got a bit of a gradient, and it doesn't look as staticky as some of the wigs that I've seen. Or maybe it does, I don't know. Maybe I just have to put up with the fact that that's just the texture yarn wigs get. It's a kind of weirdly straighter. I don't really know what's going on. So yeah, if you enjoyed, like or follow, and thank you for coming in, guys.